Viking shipbuilders were not just craftsmen, they were master engineers whose techniques have largely been forgotten in today's world. Picture the iconic longship, sleek, swift, and built for both war and exploration. Have you ever wondered how they managed to create such incredible vessels with the technology of their time? The secret lies in their unique method known as clinker building. This technique involved overlapping wooden planks, which not only provided strength but also allowed for flexibility. Imagine crafting a ship that could navigate both the rough seas and shallow rivers, allowing the Vikings to explore and raid far beyond their homeland. To build these ships, Vikings needed to select the right type of wood, often oak, which was abundant and durable. The craftsmanship required to shape each plank precisely was immense. This wasn't a simple task. It involved intricate knowledge of the materials, the water, and the weather. Every longship was a work of art, reflecting the skill and dedication of its builders. Unfortunately, modern shipbuilding has lost this touch. Today, ships are often mass-produced, sacrificing quality and craftsmanship for speed and efficiency. How much have we truly lost in this process? The Viking longships also played a pivotal role in their exploration and conquest. With these vessels, they crossed treacherous waters, discovering new lands like Iceland and Greenland, and even reaching the shores of North America long before Columbus. Imagine being a Viking warrior, standing on the deck of a longship, wind in your hair, ready to sail into the unknown. This was not just a journey, it was a venture into history that would alter the course of cultures around the world. As we explore further, consider how Viking shipbuilding techniques have influenced modern designs. What can we learn from their methods that could inspire today's craftsmen? The ingenuity and resilience of these ancient builders can teach us much about sustainability and respect for the materials we use. By uncovering these forgotten skills, we begin to understand the Vikings not just as warriors, but as pioneers of naval engineering. Their ships were more than vessels. They were gateways to discovery and expansion, embodying the spirit of adventure that resonates to this day. Did you know that Vikings were skilled navigators long before GPS and modern instruments existed? They relied on the sun, stars, and even bird flight patterns to guide their voyages across treacherous seas. Imagine standing on the deck of a Viking ship, feeling the wind against your face, while the vast ocean stretches out before you, and all you have to navigate is the sky and the land. Most people think navigation is all about technology, but for the Vikings, it was about intuition and nature. Vikings used a method known as steering by landmarks, where they memorized key geographical features to stay on course. They didn't just sail into the horizon blindly, they understood their surroundings intimately. One remarkable tool they utilized was the sun compass, which helped them determine direction based on the position of the sun in the sky. Even on cloudy days, they could gauge their location by knowing how the sun would normally appear. This mastery of navigation was not only impressive, but also essential for their survival, allowing them to explore and raid distant lands. Now consider this. While modern navigators often rely on satellites and digital maps, Vikings trusted their instincts and their understanding of the natural world. Their ability to read the environment made their navigation remarkably accurate. This was a necessity for the Vikings, who ventured far beyond their homeland to conquer new territories, trading and settling in places like Iceland and Greenland, and even reaching North America. But what can we learn from their approach to navigation? In a world dominated by technology, the Viking way of navigating offers valuable lessons in observation and connection to nature. By relying on the elements around us, we can enhance our own navigation skills in daily life. Whether it's learning to read the weather, understanding the stars, or simply being more aware of our surroundings, the Viking methods remind us of the power of human intuition. Imagine if we took a step back from our screens and embraced some of these ancient techniques. Could we find our way just as the Vikings did? As we uncover the unique strategies of Viking navigation, we gain insight not just into their methods, but also into the incredible resilience and resourcefulness that defined their culture. Their legacy is not just in their battles, but in their ability to thrive in an often unpredictable world. What if I told you that Viking textiles were more advanced than many realize? When you think of Vikings, you might picture fierce warriors in battle, but their artistry in weaving and dyeing is equally impressive and often overlooked. Imagine the vibrant fabrics that adorned their bodies, each piece telling a story of craftsmanship and identity. The skills involved in producing these textiles went far beyond mere practicality. They were a vital part of Viking culture, reflecting both status and artistry. Vikings created intricate textiles using a variety of techniques. They employed methods like weaving, which required not only skill but also a deep understanding of materials. The looms they used were simple yet effective, allowing for detailed patterns and textures. From wool to linen, each fabric had a purpose, whether for clothing, trade, or even ceremonial use. However, what truly set their textiles apart was the use of natural dyes. Viking artisans sourced dyes from plants, minerals, and even insects, creating vibrant colors that modern processes often cannot replicate. Think of the rich indigos, deep reds, and bright yellows that made Viking garments pop against the often harsh landscapes of Scandinavia. These natural dyes were not just about aesthetics, they were a way to connect with the environment. By using what was available, Vikings demonstrated their resourcefulness and ingenuity. Today, many people struggle to replicate these ancient methods. The textile industry has largely moved to mass production, sacrificing quality and individuality for efficiency. efficiency. However, Vikings valued the process of creation, and their textiles were a form of personal expression. Each piece was unique, representing the wearer's identity and status within the community. Imagine wearing a garment that not only keeps you warm, but also showcases your family's history and skill. So, how did Viking textiles reflect their identity and status in society? The clothing of a Viking could indicate wealth and rank. Brightly dyed fabrics and elaborate patterns were often reserved for chieftains and wealthy traders. In contrast, simpler weaves and muted colors were common among lower status individuals. Clothing was a powerful visual language that communicated social standing and tribal affiliation. Understanding the textile arts of the Vikings not only highlights their craftsmanship, but also offers us insights into their culture. As we explore these lost skills, we can appreciate the depth of Viking life beyond their notorious raids. They were not only warriors, but also skilled artisans, leaving behind a legacy of creativity and craftsmanship that still resonates today. What if I said Vikings had food preservation techniques that are just as relevant today? During the harsh winters in Scandinavia, Vikings had to rely on their ingenuity to ensure they had enough food to survive. They employed methods like fermentation and drying, which not only preserved their food, but also enhanced its flavors. Imagine a society thriving in the cold, using ancient practices that many of us are only just beginning to rediscover. Vikings heavily relied on preservation methods to sustain themselves. One popular technique was fermentation, where they would create foods like sauerkraut and pickled fish. These methods were essential to their diet, allowing them to consume vegetables and fish even during the long, dark winters. They understood that these foods could last for months without refrigeration, thanks to the natural processes involved. The lactobacillus bacteria in fermented foods not only helped with preservation, but also provided health benefits. Modern methods often overlook these time-tested practices, which can be healthier and more environmentally friendly than contemporary food storage techniques. Today, many people opt for processed foods or quick freezing methods, but these often come at the expense of nutrients and flavor. Vikings, on the other hand, understood the value of their environment and utilized it fully, turning food waste into valuable sustenance. They minimized waste and ensured that every part of their harvest was used, a practice we could learn from in today's world of excess. The art of preserving food was not just about survival. It allowed Vikings to thrive in their environment. By making the most of what they had, they developed a cuisine that was rich in flavors and textures, which gave them an edge during tough times. Fermented foods became staples, with recipes and techniques passed down through generations. These practices created a sense of community as families would gather to prepare and preserve food together. What can we learn from Viking food preservation that could improve our current food practices? By revisiting these ancient methods, we can create a more sustainable approach to our diets. Incorporating fermentation and drying into our food preparation can not only reduce waste, but also enhance the nutritional value of what we consume. As we explore the lost skills of the Vikings, we realize that their resourcefulness holds lessons that resonate in our modern lives, reminding us that sometimes looking back can pave the way for a better future. By the end of this video, you'll see that Vikings were not just fierce warriors, but skilled craftsmen and resourceful survivors. Journeyed through the lost Viking skills that modern society often overlooks, and you've gained a deeper appreciation for their ingenuity and adaptability. Let's recap what you've learned. First, the Vikings' shipbuilding techniques, particularly their mastery of longship construction, demonstrate their incredible engineering skills. These ships were not only fast and agile, but also capable of navigating through various waters, allowing Vikings to explore new lands and trade routes. This innovation was crucial to their success and highlights the importance of craftsmanship in their society. Next, we explored how Vikings navigated the vast seas using nothing but the sun, stars, and natural landmarks. This reliance on the environment is a powerful reminder of the skills humans can develop when they attune themselves to nature. Unlike today, where technology guides our paths, Viking navigators trusted their instincts, showing that with the right knowledge, we can find our way without digital tools. You also learned about the intricate textile arts of the Vikings. Their ability to weave and dye fabrics using natural materials reflects not just practicality, but also artistic expression. Each piece of clothing was a statement of identity and status, a rich tapestry of their culture that many modern practices have lost. This artistry emphasizes the value of skills passed down through generations, connecting us to our roots. Finally, we discussed Viking food preservation methods, such as fermentation and drying, which are just as relevant today. As we face environmental challenges and food waste issues, revisiting these ancient practices can inspire more sustainable living. By applying their time-tested techniques, we can reduce waste and enhance our diets, ensuring we thrive in today's world. Understanding these skills gives us a new perspective on Vikings. They were not merely raiders, but innovators who adapted to their environment and thrived through their resourcefulness. As we consider their legacy, let's appreciate not only their conquests, but also the crafts and techniques that made their society resilient and vibrant. By embracing some of these skills, we can enrich our own lives and perhaps find new solutions to modern challenges. If you enjoyed this epic journey, please subscribe to our channel for more thrilling historical tales. Don't miss out on new videos. Hit the notification bell to stay updated.